Hello, my name is Mordred Viking and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4 where we are playing as the Kingdom of Greece. And this has been quite the war so far. As you can see, the Soviets seem to be in a bit of trouble. They are on the verge of capitulation, just 7% away, having suffered 7.3 million casualties. However, Germany themselves have also suffered as a part of this. And if we take a quick look at them, they do still have 1 million manpower with servicing by requirement, so their industry is going to suffer a little bit. But they might be about to get the riches of the Soviet Union, although they will have to deal with the resistance from that, which is not going to be easy. And Italy is probably already dealing with the French resistance, and we have been slowly but surely taking Africa. So Africa is falling to the Allies. We've taken all of North Africa. We've just got a little bit of a holdout here in Morocco, primarily from when the Spanish joined in. However, as we can see, some of their units are not looking too healthy. And most recently, the United States has finally joined the war about 6 months ago. Very, very, very late entry into the fight, but they are now here. It looks like there is a fairly heavy attempt to take back the Dutch East Indies, which is bringing the Dutch back in. And then I'm hoping that they go to India to fight over there. Meanwhile, in the Balkans, Yugoslavia is doing some saber rattling against Bulgaria, so I'm kind of hoping that the Bulgarians join on our side, and they should have had ample time to beef up their own stuff. Although it's just occurred to me that they've been on construction engineering for an awfully long time. So I wonder if they got locked out of their focus tree somewhere. I'm curious about that. Because it's only 43. There's no way that they should have finished it already. So what's going on here? They've done all of the industry. They still have army restrictions. Because they've still not joined any factions. And they're about to be in a faction with the British. What's gone wrong here? Support Agrarian Union, form a popular bloc, full voting rights for women. There's no way of joining a faction for them. It just ends. Because they're locked out from getting legislative elections, which is what leads to the approach of the United Kingdom. Oh no, they didn't do this. Because the Democrats never got 30% support. They're still at 28. And it is going up. No, it's going down. Because of the fascist influence. So yeah, they were supposed to abolish the Tsar, but they never got the democracy to 30% to allow them to actually do that. And because they never did that, they never approached the United Kingdom and joined the Allies. And because they never did that, they never got rid of the disarmament. Oh man, this is like the worst possible situation for Bulgaria to be in. Especially as an AI, which is probably too stupid to realise that they need the democracy. They've probably not taken any of the democracy. Yeah, they've... Oh no, they've got one. So Petkov is actually a Democrat. Okay, so Petkov is increasing democracy. They're non-aligned, that's why that was coming up in red. So yes, democracy is growing. So is fascist influence, so they would get there eventually, but it's taken them a long time. However, fascist influence will finish later this year. And then at that point, democracy should really start taking off. It's just that Bulgaria is basically going to be locked out for quite a long time. So I screw in the USA by dropping them below 95% democracy for the focus tree, so they can't do the focus tree. Yeah, something similar. Oops. So we'll go back to Greece, and there's a button to say continue playing as Greece, which is that one. Okay, right. Onwards. Let's do this. A button I'm always terrified to press when I'm usually doing observation stuff. These two actually lost, even with their massive amount of veterancy. That's just because of the sheer weight of numbers being thrown at them. 12 divisions versus our 10. Actually, it's not that many. Peace conference. Oh, Guatemala. I thought for sure that was going to be the Soviets. $93. They're still 7% away. I wonder if it's worth sending them more Lend-Lease. Send them another 4,900. Because I think mine comes over land, so they don't need convoys for it. Mexico declared war on Honduras. Like, if we can get them to hold out, that would be great. Although there are actually a bunch of positions down here. Good to be back, though. A little sad there's no Baldur's Gate 3. Well, we did do a poll, and it was overwhelmingly in favour of Hearts of Iron. So, here we are. Am I going to be putting this on YouTube? Yes, probably, after Bulgaria. This has been a pretty interesting playthrough so far. More so, I would actually say, than Bulgaria was. Like, I like the Bulgarian tree, but things happened so late in it that it's kind of difficult to really get involved until like 1941 in anything. And Bulgaria was really making me think, you know what, I wish that the tech tree in this game lasted beyond 1944. Like, it really needs to be expanded to 47, in my opinion. Am I planning any Kaiserreich? Not for the foreseeable future. I did just get a pre-release copy of Old World Blues, so that's probably going to come back again early next week. So I'm going to have to balance the Hearts of Iron time versus this, and then Old World Blues. And Kaiserreich and TNO are just going to be too far down the list. Like, there's only so much I want to do. Because there are just so many games coming out. Like, this is the lead up to Christmas. This is when everything is coming out. It's always a very, very busy time. Did I fix Bulgaria? I have no idea what you're talking about, Faceless, considering I'm playing as Greece. How do you inspect other countries? You go into observer mode, which you can do by typing in observe. Like that, in the console, which you can do by pressing the button which is next to the number 1. Oh no, I'm not doing anything with Bulgaria. So they're blocked at the moment because their democracy is too small. But their Democratic Party is growing, so they will reach it eventually, probably in 1945. And that seems like a them problem. Just means that Bulgaria is basically staying neutral. Unless somebody declares war on them. Right, we are saving up 250 political power. That was one of the main reasons that I wanted to continue doing Hearts of Iron, so that I remembered what I was trying to do. Because otherwise I would start this again to be like, oh, I have 200 political power, I'd better spend that. Okay, so the submarines are getting some use, which is great. We are building more. Let's just keep them in production like this. Because we're going to be short on manpower for a while, so we'll just get a bunch of them released at the same time. And we'll say to the reserve fleet as well. Which isn't really a reserve fleet, it's the submarine fleet, but yeah. Will we get to keep Albania? Probably, because we occupy it. It really depends on what happens in the peace deal. Like, we saw the Bulgaria peace deal where we got basically nothing because our contribution was so low. That type of thing is likely to happen again, although we are now up to 5%. Oof, we've lost 70,000 soldiers. We're taking casualties somewhere. Oh, probably here. Yeah, it's probably here, just because they're hitting us so hard. And we're not getting the manpower to replace. I think what I need to do... That's not going to help things, though. Yeah, we'll need to change manpower law basically straight away after this. Call to arms against Japan, sure. Okay, new technology. We just got submarine. Let's get some more submarine stuff going. Did I do player-led peace conferences? No, I didn't. Probably should have. Although for the peace with Russia it wouldn't matter. %6 away. Now when the Soviets lose, that is going to be them out. Because they're not in our faction, and there's no other majors in their faction. Okay, so we just got mountain warfare, which is going to bolster our abilities in mountainous territories. We probably eventually want to get torpedo. We're not going to go after Bulgaria, because I don't want to do that. So I think basically the last things that we have to do is the Air Force. Yeah, let's go ahead and start on this. We probably won't actually develop one, but we'll take it. While our Air Force Academy was founded only in 1930, the Greek people have been involved with aviation going all the way back to the Balkan Wars. We've already understood the importance of strong Air Force, if only we had the capabilities of our Air Force to make our Air Force stronger and larger. We don't need an Air Force. We have land ships with anti-aircraft guns on them. Oh hey, I just noticed the Old World Blues devs followed. Thank you for that. So we've got British troops marching around in Africa, fighting down here in the Congo, but that should be over soon enough. I'm a little bit surprised that despite the complete lack of resistance, Japan's just not pushing in India. Like, they could have taken this by now. There is so little resistance here. I'm guessing that their supply lines are just massively overstretched. And these are my Greek destroyers facing off against the Italian submarines. Oh, and then my submarines going after their stuff. Alongside British destroyers, apparently. Yeah, we definitely need to send in some reinforcements to protect you guys. I was kind of hoping that they would have attacked Bulgaria by now, because I'm kind of wondering what I should be doing with all the units that we have just packed in Greece. Wow, we are getting a lot of production going. We must be selling a lot of stuff. Yeah, steel's going quickly, tungsten's going quickly, and aluminium's going quickly. We're actually selling a lot of things. Probably because the Soviets are so badly off. Around 70 divisions, staring at about 8 Greek divisions and too afraid to attack. Yep, Spartan reputation survives in this game. Yep. Oh yeah, super hyped for the 23rd. It's the 23rd when Old World Blues actually releases. I was trying to remember that. I couldn't remember. I thought it may have been like the 20th. Yeah, we're getting very close with the political power that we need. Although it's not 250, it's 287. Because, let's see, it was 100 for women in the workforce, and then it was 187 for this. So we need 287. There's the 250, which would have been nice to have. Special Forces. United Mexican States have called the Republic of Guatemala as our ally. Okay, and then we can go survival training. Beef them up a bit more. We're making our 8 barrels of oil go surprisingly far, considering how many tanks and things we have in the field, although I guess none of them are moving currently. Things are getting a little bit iffy here. They may actually push us back to defending 2 tiles instead of just the 1. It's currently both of my guys holding out here. Not being given any opportunity to recover, although there's a bunch of Brits coming back in again. Don't worry though. We Greeks have got this. We've got this! Sindrin, thank you very much for the bits. 2 Greek families are arguing about which city is best, the Spartan man says. I think this should come down to a vote. The Athenian agrees. I vote Sparta, says the Spartan man. I vote Athens, says the Athenian man. I vote Sparta, says the Spartan's wife. I don't get a vote, says the Athenian's wife. So I guess Sparta wins. Which I know is kind of the point of that joke. The French are still trying to do their silly naval invasions. There's the Hellenic Air Force, protecting our skies. Or destroying our foes. So destroying our foes would be air doctrine, strategic destruction doctrine, and strap bomber and attack bombers. Or we can have protecting our skies, which is air doctrine, battlefield support, and fighter models. Now we did... No, we don't have any fighters. I mean, one thing we could do, which is a little bit of a crazy thought. Strategic bombers. Why don't we just go for really heavy strategic bombers, flying by night and bombing? Do some damage to their industries. Although, considering the size that these countries will be, that industry is going to be pretty massive. Yeah, that's true. We should open up Straits of Gibraltar again at Ceuta. Strap bombers use a lot of manpower. Got another one ready. I mean, the Hellenic Air Force Academy is bonus to fighter production. So if we were going to go either way, it probably should be fighters. Not that I really intend to use fighters though, because that's why I have my heavy SPGs. SPAAs rather. And that's it. That's after this torpedo and then we're done. I think I'm going to go protecting our skies. No, you know what? I'm going destroying our foes. If we get the manpower, which we might do if we boost manpower laws again, and at total mobilization, we'll try strat bombers. Something I don't think I've done since like the first release of this game. Their attacks are continuing, though not really with any real vigour. French forces are about to be encircled and destroyed. No surprises there. Oh, I've now killed third most Greeks. And Germans... not in the running. Not yet, anyway. Oof. Italy just sank 13 English destroyers. That sucks.
I didn't get that.
Sure, Siri. That was not me talking to you. You are not an English destroyer. At least not yet. Did I manage to make this another fortress campaign only in Greece this time? I mean, yes, because that was kind of the entire intention. My intention was always to make Fortress Greece and then do naval warfare. And actually I've done a lot more expeditionary stuff than I'd kind of expected. Ooh, now this is interesting. America has actually managed to take Ceuta for themselves. And these guys are actually recovering pretty rapidly, so I think we're still gaining manpower. No, we're 9,000 short now. Manpower is definitely dwindling. 281. We need 6 more political power and we can do it. 6 more. There's construction 5. So next up we'll go for concentrated industry 5. And construction, we are now working full-time on the naval dockyards, which is cool. I think I might even double down on that. Cyprus can go up to a level 6 industry. No, 6 infrastructure. Then you can also do dockyards. Okay. We still have 5,000 guns that we could send to the Soviets. Really questioning whether I want to, though, because they've got to be pretty much, yeah, 95. I mean, these last couple of percentages, they are making the Germans fight for. Unfortunately, I think that they're going to lose down here. Because Georgia, sweet Georgia, is worth 5 victory points, and then Azerbaijan is worth 10. And this is cut off. Oh no, they still have a port, so that's getting them supply. Via Vladivostok. Oh no, Archangel probably. And then fighting through the Urals is extremely difficult. Oh, D-Day. The Dutch D-Day. Actual D-Day. Completely unopposed D-Day. Yes, we are definitely sending the Soviets guns then. Quickly! $5,300 guns. Make good use of them. Was that an epic rap battle of history reference? It absolutely was. And it happens every time I have to say Georgia. Sweet Georgia. And I'm sure that theirs is a reference from something, but I wouldn't know what. Because this is going to be diverting a lot of forces. I mean, they've already had to leave these guys down here. They've had to leave a massive garrison here. Well, they haven't had to. They've chosen to. And I'm watching to see if they withdraw troops from here. Unfortunately, the naval invasion there has failed. Oh, we can change laws. Okay, so we're going to go total mobilization. We're going to bring the women into the workforce. And then after that, we're going to save up to change our conscription law to service by requirement. Hold on, no, this is going to give us manpower. I've just realised, because of my manpower factor. Is it? No, because it's still minus... It's 3 minus 3. But is the factor going to mean that my 3% is actually higher than 3%? Or is it just going to be a straight counter with the 3 with the minus 3? Depends how the maths work. I'm guessing it's a straight counter. Hey, happy face. Mountain Infantry 3, done. You're all done. Oh, you know what I'm still not using? Field hospitals. Should probably research those. And we should probably set our economy up to actually make use of them. I mean, we have loads of support equipment. So, motorized. We're going to need motorized. Templin Institute. How are you doing? Thank you very much for the raid. I saw on your Twitter that you were posting stuff about the Stellaris game again. I haven't had a chance to check out what it was, though. Templin forever! Good to see you. How are you doing? America's losing some ships. Italy's navy is doing annoyingly well. How are we doing with the mining? 700 mines laid. 450. I think that's going to be enough for our area. So we're going to set you guys to do not engage. And we're going to start trying to mine lay in these two. To cut off their supply to Africa if we can. And then I think the next thing I'm going to do is merge these two together. And do strike force. Are you still working on merging? I think you are. Starting to lose over there, which sucks. And we are getting sabotaged in Albania. Oh, because we're losing a lot of manpower because of garrisons. Yeah, we are as well. Civilian oversight is clearly not working. Let's go to martial law. I really need to change my manpower laws. Oh, I think we might be about to lose here. Last stand! Sparta will hold! What did the Spartans say before going to war? I don't know. What did the Spartans say before going to war? Just got done trying to create Russia in CK3. Oh, interesting. As Gardariki or as somebody else? There is only one correct answer.